Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. Here it is, another day, another week, and off to the races we go, right? Wow, how about that, huh? How about the Honda Goldwing trike? Who'd ever imagine, even for me, I never would have dreamed a year ago that I'd own this. And I don't know, when did I pick that up? I can't remember. Was it July, August, September? I just can't remember when I bought that. You know, sadly, Bill Moon, who sold that to me, has passed. And so many times when I have my Honda motorcycles, my Honda paraphernalia, I think, wow, it's hard to believe a guy named Bill Moon that got so many deals done for me has passed from being in a kayaking, canoeing accident in West Virginia this past spring or late winter. Just incredible. Wow, what a great day yesterday. Me finally jumping on a motorcycle, a three-wheel, not a two-wheel, and just getting out and really enjoying myself, even though it downpoured rain the whole time, and I got drenched, and even to the point, those brand new Merrell shoes still have not dried out. What about this stuff here? That's a little wet. I bet your gloves are still soaked. A little wet. I mean, so this is the thing. This stuff gets wet. That sole seems a little wet. I mean, that's just incredible. That danger of all this motorcycle gear that I have, once it gets wet, it doesn't seem like it's going to dry out that quick. So wow. What a day. Great ride. But at the same time, I got this crazy idea to go ride that to Florida. And I think, wow, that would be so much fun. But now I'm questioning that decision. So the turn of events is probably happening right in front of your eyes because, I don't know. And now Brian is very sick. The guy who works for me, he's been sick all weekend and he's calling out sick today. So now it just doesn't end. I'll tell you straight up, Brian is my only guy I have. If Brian has something major going on and he can't come in for the next 2-3 days, I'm not going anywhere. There's nobody around the company unless Brian's here. The daughter's way south. You know, if I had to bring her up here, yes, I could do that, but that would be like the worst case, last resort thing that I would do, but it's always possible. So, wow. So, yeah, so I'm going to tell you more stories about that here in a second as I get in to check on the dogs and get the day going with them. So, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hey, get out of there. Come on over this way. Come on. This way. Come on, Pups. Let's go. Come on, over here. Come on. All right, so we got the dogs all of the house. And another successful night with them being in the house. And, so the wife's got that down really well. The only thing the wife doesn't really have down is her kind of hanging out here with the dogs, kind of knowing the routine, because they just really don't run away per se, except for the damn deer. But anyways, yeah, you know my most famous saying to people that are in business for themselves is say, you're your best, worst employee. And it's the truth. As a small business owner, it always comes back to you. So all the greatness and all the weakness and all the sadness always hinges on you. It's interesting. Brian was sick. I mean, Brian, last week, he was not doing well. He came to work a lot of days, and definitely something's going on with him. And I even gave him some light work days just to kind of help him out. So it's not comforting to hear that he is still sick. You know, so what is going on with him? Come on, Pups, go on. Let's just get you guys upstairs. Come on. Go on, come on. Good boys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Pups, I'd rather just get you guys upstairs and not deal with... No. Back. No. Back. I'd rather not deal with chasing the dog. Come on, let's go. Come on. Good boy. Come on, get up here. Come on, get up here. No, get up here. Come on. Get up here, Pup. What are you doing, right? So So anyways, with Brian not coming in, when I get off the video, I'll probably just let them back out. Let them run around for a second. But yeah, so what does that mean? It means that I have no idea if Brian, I think he'll be in, hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, but it's changed all dynamics if I decide to leave town on the motorcycle, of getting things in order for me to leave town, knowing I can leave in town. But really what the big thing is, crazy, I canceled my flight yesterday, and you have a 100% refund from United, not Delta. And so this morning, when I woke up, about 5:30 this morning, I started looking at the maps of kind of knowing where I'm going in the weather. So it's incredible, everybody. We literally have rain. It's pretty much 50% rain every day from here to Florida. So I started looking at, I even punched in cities, and there's an exception of like maybe Wednesday, but for the most part, if I was to leave Tuesday in this area, it's enough like this, and I'm gonna probably get rained on at some point. And at least Wednesday, it'll be sunny. But then Thursday, down south, and down there in Florida, for every day down in Florida is notorious for rains to come and go. I mean, that's just kind of that area. But the whole point is, every day, I will be possibly rained on. And I just showed you how your gear gets wet, and it's not drying out. So, but just riding in rain. So now, for me, it's kind of like, okay, do I really want to ride down to Florida, where probably half the time or more I'm in the rain? And for me, that just doesn't sound very exciting to me. I'm like, no way. I just can't get excited the fact of being in constant rains. So I think that the trip for the bike, it's not making sense at this point to me. And then I thought to myself, why don't I just take my Mustang just to get some miles on it? And this thing has adaptive cruise control. It would be a lot of fun. Only thing that concerns me about like the Mustang, the Camaro, the Charger is they have no spare tires. So if I get a freaking flat, I'm truly screwed in the aspect of getting, now I'm on the side of the road. Hopefully the tire repair kit can fix the tire. But, and then the Camaro, no way. I'm not risking this thing going to Florida because there's no way. That's a rare car. I'm not going to risk that. No way. Then the Charger, yes, that's possible. But the Mustang's barely been driven, so it would kind of be an enjoyable experience. Only downside of that damn thing is that thing's gas mileage sucks. It doesn't get much better mileage than my big-ass truck. So anyways, this morning, I went back on United Airlines, and I was able literally to take back my exact seat, leaving and coming back, because I'm sure when I canceled out late yesterday, by the time that thing populated, but all the other seats around it are all booked up. So technically right now, I've got a Thursday morning flight, returning Monday noon. Should I stay with that plan, or if I was to drive down, I would probably leave Wednesday in one of my vehicles. But now I don't know. So now a lot of things are up in the air. And the good news with United Airlines, you have 24 hours prior to your flight to cancel the reservation. So I literally have until, I guess, Wednesday at 8:45 a.m. or Wednesday morning prior to 8 o'clock to cancel the flight, and then say I'm going to just go ahead and take a car down or truck down or blah, 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 blah. But then the following week, Brian is going on vacation. So now it's all about time, squeeze. And then the other thing is, it's about how leaving my wife to take care of the dogs. If I leave on a Thursday morning, it's just Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, that she's taking care of dogs after work. Saturday, Sunday, she's home, so it's not as challenging. Monday, I'm back home, Monday afternoon. Versus if I leave Wednesday, then that just turns like in one more day, but nothing radical of, that. So I don't know. Right now, I honestly say, I don't know the answer at this point, but I can say honestly, I can still take the trike if I wish to do that, but I'm just not excited about driving down where it shows rain every day for the most part. Now here's this jacket here, and this thing's still a little wet. It's still moist. I don't have my fans on. I need to get some air movement in this garage. Those Merrill shoes I bought, they're in my trailer. They're soaked. I mean, they are soaked. The shoes I would wear, though, if I was really my wallet got soaked. I mean, everything got soaked yesterday. I got a pair, I believe, so I got a pair of these shoes here that they're not, as far as I know, they're not waterproof. So, same thing. And anybody knows, I know one guy said buy Timberland waterproof boots. Yeah, I'm not doing that, whatever. But the point is that once you start getting wet, I mean, you have to have all the rain gear. I know there's rain gear out there you can get, and I know all that, but but really the real story is, who wants to ride a motorcycle when the forecast says every day it's going to you're probably get rained on? I mean, for me, now, it was only one day that it showed rain. That's one thing. If it showed sunny, then yeah, I'm up for it. So, and I know people are saying to me in Florida, oh, but it only rains, just a little bit, then it clears up. Yeah, well, okay, but Florida's the last leg of the trip. From Virginia to Florida, they're calling for rain on my trip. So that's the reality. So I don't know. I can always change my mind. Iceman does that as we pace the garage here on the Monday morning conversation. You're probably getting motion sickness here with me going riding around, walking around. But here's the Gold Wing that I think is a great package. It's not a dime a dozen. This truly is. Reason I have the trunk open once again. Gail thought that this trunk was getting wet. No. I put my wet jacket. This jacket was just, this jacket was basically like you dunking it in, the pond or a pool. It was totally soaking wet, drenching wet. So I threw that in the trunk here, and for everything in the trunk, it all got wet. So it's not, the trunk's dry now, and this area here didn't get wet. So it was, once again, once your gear gets wet, where are you putting it? Well, you're probably going to have to bring plastic garbage bags and put them in your plastic garbage bags, because I just showed you, if you put it in your trunk, now everything in your trunk gets wet. Yeah, I mean, there's fine art to riding motorcycles across the country and going through the different weather instances, and the true the true motorcycle enthusiast that's done this, that's into all this stuff of riding, whether it rains or rain or shine, that's one thing. But you know what? That's just not who I am. I'm just not really the person desiring so badly to ride this motorcycle that I'm going to go through the agony of riding the rain. But back to the bike, I did a whole thing about these motorcycles, about how the Gold Wing and how they take this motorcycle and they rake the front end, and how they take this bike here and they use this exact same motorcycle, and then Timber Honda as a distributor for the California sidecar conversion. So this California sidecar, I wish they called it custom sidecar, because California sucks. Who the hell wants to raise their hand and say, I live in California, it's so great? As we witness yet another fiasco that's all designed to be a fiasco. So now, sidecar company, they relocated to Virginia, but you have to be a distributor to sell their product. And Timber Honda, just so you know, anybody here wanting to take, I think for the most part, I'm not sure on Timber Honda's Cumberland location if we'll take in any motorcycle and put a trike kit on it. I don't know about that. I know they will in their Hondas, but I know there's other companies out there that you can take your Harley. In all sincerity, anybody here looking to buy a trike Harley Davidson motorcycle, I would not do it. You're a fool. They're choppy. They're not stretched. It's ridiculous what they do for Harley Davidson. It's really sad. You would be so smart if you really are the Harley person to take your Harley to a California sidecar. There's other companies out there as well, but you'd be better to go aftermarket and take your motorcycle and spend the money to have them do it right. Because with the Harley Davidson product, I've done a video on all this. If you guys really watch my channel, you'll see a few years ago, I was all over getting ready to get an RG, what was it, the RG3, the Road Glide 3. Reminds me of the guy, RG3 of the Washington Redskins, who was a quarterback that sucked. And, you know, he had a sucky attitude. But anyways, so the RG3, I have a whole series of videos of riding around to different Harley dealerships to buy a trike. And then I was on just buying the regular trike, which is basically a limited motorcycle. The highest line per se, it really isn't the highest line, the CVO is. But basically it's the trunk setup. And then they throw some rear wheels on it. But I test drove the Trikester, the RG3. I didn't test drive the freewheeler because in my book it was basically, in so many ways, just the RG3 without the fixed shark fairing. But I drove those around, and every time I drove those things, I always got off of it not feeling good about that motorcycle. I felt it was not a safe motorcycle. I didn't like the way that felt. And then it was like driving an ATV. That thing is so much pressure on your arms. I mean, I give the people who buy those things and ride them on long tours because I can promise you, every one of them tell you, oh yeah, are your forearms and your arms feeling that pressure on that? They'll be like, yeah, they don't know any different. I can guarantee you most trike Harley Davidson owners never ever drove the custom sidecar or the other aftermarket trikes. I can guarantee you that they'd be like, no, I never even rode one of these. They'd be like, well, you're a fool. Why? Well, because this motorcycle here is not any more than the trike you bought from Harley Davidson, and it's night and day better. And what do you mean by that? Well, first of all, Harley Davidson doesn't even change the position of the rake. That means on how that front end fork angles off the bike. Is it angled off like that? And if you look at the Honda Goldwing over here that's tucked in the corner, you'll see that this rake is nothing like that rake. You'll see that it's not the same. It's a different rake. So for Harley Davidson, they don't change their rake. Well, what happens is that puts an incredible amount of pressure on the steering on that trike of a Harley. Also, Harley Davidson doesn't stretch the motorcycle. If you look at this Honda Goldwing right here, look how long that motorcycle is versus my Goldwing over here. I mean, look at the difference. I'm so tempted to pull this out and park these side by side where you can see so much more of a difference of that motorcycle versus this motorcycle. But I think just me walking back and forth, you can just tell. I've already done it before. I've had a whole video of this. This is kind of a rehash. But on my channel, I think, hey, what the heck? Instead of talking about stupid-ass politics all the damn time, we'll just talk about the toys and leave it at that for the most part. So once again, I feel like, and what I'd be really interested to know is, you know, if trike Harley guy, I can guarantee you, like, oh, mine's fine. Mine's fine. It's a great machine. It's not. You just don't want to accept that you bought a really lousy setup for Harley Davidson. You don't want to accept that Harley Davidson really was a bunch of cheap asses, and they didn't go the extra mile to make that trike a real trike, instead of just riding off of, taking an existing Harley Davidson 2.0 bike, throwing two wheels behind it, and for the most part, that's all they've done. They haven't done anything else to that motorcycle. So it's a terrible, It's a terrible motorcycle ride. It's terrible. So, I offend you on your trike. I don't care personally because your bike is nothing close to this Honda Goldwing. There's no way. There's no way you're going to convince me your Harley Davidson trike is better. There's no way. No way. Look how much room this bike has. Right. So it's a very confident, and that's why I walked away from a Harley Davidson product was, number one, the amount of pressure you had to use on your arms and forearms to steer that motorcycle. To me, it was like, I swear, I'm on an ATV. If you've never driven an ATV, then you don't understand what's going on and how much pressure you have to put on that machine to keep it in control. That was the first thing. Second thing was getting off and on the Harley Davidson motorcycle is the biggest joke in the world. It just has a little floorboard here, and it's incredibly challenging, in my view, to get off and on that trike. It's very challenging. Thirdly, the motorcycle feels unsafe. When you go down the road, you can feel that back end dance around as you go down the road. This does it. This definitely does that, but not even close. With the Harley Davidson trike, RG3, the freewheeler, all those Harley Davidson factory built three-wheelers, it's freaky. It's freaky, man. As you go down the road, you literally feel that back end dancing around. And if you don't feel that, then I guess you're just not in tune with your bike. I have ridden so many motorcycles. I have so many different bikes to ride. I know what works and what doesn't. And like the BMW K1600 or the BMW Bagger 1600 series that stretch that I've wanted years ago, you even saw me bring it home to debate whether I buy that Triumph Tiger or I buy another BMW Bagger bike. And that bike, same thing. When you get up into higher speeds, that back end dances around on you. And it blows you away how many people buy those things. And it's like, don't you feel that back end dancing on you? And they're kind of like, well, not really. Just like my Indian Pursuit. It blows you away how many people are like, well, I feel a little bit of that shimmy, but not much. It's like, oh my gosh, man. You have to realize that Indian Pursuit problem is throughout the whole Indian Pursuit line of product, and people will deny it, but I can guarantee you that if they really focus on that 35 mile an hour range, that bike has a personality. But the guy that's brainwashed to believe it is Indian Pursuit's better than anybody else, he'll be like, no, that doesn't happen. We know these stories of people that are in denial that they own something, and they're like, no. They just want to raise their hand and go, yeah, you're right. This thing's got problems. But now I want to talk about that. So you've witnessed on my channel of me just owning so many different motorcycles. That's why I say all the time, it's unbelievable how small my channel is. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what the algorithms never hit. I've talked about it all the damn time, and I'm not going to harbor on it today. So back to the Honda Goldwing trike. Beautiful bike. It's a lot of fun. And for me, the fun time on it has been very limited this past year because of all the challenges I've gone through on things happening around me. And that just kind of weighs on you, and you just don't think clearly, and that's the challenge. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I got a really busy day because guess what? I have to go to work. I have to go do what Brian didn't do today, so that's now my problem. So I'm going to go out in the rain and get in the rain. And as it stands right now, I don't think you'll see the Goldwing Adventures just because I'm not that desperate to ride a motorcycle. Now, I would say if I was a person that didn't have the flexibility in some ways to ride these bikes, and you always were married to the wife and the kids and the job, and you really couldn't ride a lot, that you finally get an opportunity to break away and ride your motorcycle for a week, and the wife and the family let you do that. There's, triangle. This is what you deal with. When all these dogs, you will go nuts because these dogs are never-ending babysitting You know, you have to babysit these guys all the time. And this is Tango, just being a big old jerk, sitting at the top of the stairs and just barking at the German Shepherd just to bark at German Shepherds. That's all he's doing. Yeah, so you guys go run around, go take a shit, do whatever, outside the barn, not in here. And so, for the wife, Thursday and Friday morning, she's going to have to get up a little earlier, let all the dogs out, and then bring them back in, feed all the dogs. And then she's going to have to try to time it where they're going to want to go to the bathroom before she leaves her day, because then she's going to be gone. She's going to take early leave, so she'll be gone for a good 6 hours. But, and I think that won't be a big problem, but at the same time, she has to kind of change her schedule. So now if I tell her, well, I already told her I'd maybe be leaving. Well, I don't know what I told her, to be honest with you. Who the hell knows? I don't know. That's it. This thing's up for inspection. And, so, which, you know, one thing, you know, I'm not going to talk about that. Leave it at that, you know, and I didn't talk to politics, because so many people say, talking to politics ruins your channel. Fine. I won't talk about politics. I'll just start, you know, I mean, I will, but I won't. I mean, I'll try to be just kind of, you know, well, I'll just talk about the things I own. But then, okay, all right. All right, let's just talk about the Triumph. We'll pull that out. Whatever. And now, here's the dogs in the back 40. As usual, somebody's back here doing something. So yeah, so even though I want to talk about the politics of what I told everybody, so this must be the neighbor. I can guarantee you I just timed this perfectly, where my neighbor that walks his dog is walking up the street. There he is. Hey, Gypsy! Gypsy! No, she's fine. Here you go. Gypsy! Gypsy! Here you go. Oh, come on. See this here? Come on, Come on, girl. Come on, get her. Good girl. Get back here. Good girl. Yeah, what's the odds of that, everybody? Come on, let's go. Come on. She didn't. Good news is, she didn't. No. Come on, Gypsy. Gypsy! Gypsy! Don't do that. The good news is, she didn't do anything. She just wanted to say hi. No, stop it. Get back. For everybody on my channel, what's the odds? No, Gypsy. Everybody get back in. Come on, let's go. Get back in. Let's go. Come on. What's the odds? Just doesn't end. Come on, Diesel. Get here. All right, here you go. I got something for you. Come on. We'll have to do little treaty things. I do give them treats, for the record, that don't make them shit all day long. So for anybody watching the channel, yes, we give the dogs treats. It cracks me up how some people go off the deep end of, you know, oh my God, you don't give the dog treats. You're such a mean person. Come on, let's go. Try the treat that seems to be working. Come on, Gypsy. Come on, baby. Come on, Gypsy. Good girl. Yeah, so what's the odds? All right, let's get upstairs. What's the odds, everybody, of me letting the dogs out in the neighbor's dog? But what's good about that, but here's the thing. His dog's not aggressive. If somebody else's dog's aggressive, who knows? Come on, get up here. Come on, let's go. Come on. We're at the office. Come on, let's go. Come on, get up here. Come on. We'll go upstairs to the office and wrap this thing up. But yeah, what's the odds of that, right? What I was going to show you, though, is we're going to be out there at Sam's Club. You can buy these flea and tick treats, and they seem to really work. So I was telling the wife, when I'm gone, I usually give these to them like every other day. But there's flea and tick little treats, 2 for each one of the size dog we have. And those things really do seem to work. We'll find out as the season progresses. I got to keep them up high. But these treats here, I get these from Costco. Those there don't seem to bother them, but you give them in moderation. What I did the last time was super crazy, of just giving everybody free-for-all of all those bones and everything else. All right, that's it. Hell up. Hope everybody has a blessed day. I got to go to work, because I'm the worst employee of the company. God bless.